All right, welcome everyone. I am excited to meet with you. As Karina said how she was passionate about storytelling and sharing stories, I'm equally passionate about clarity. I think I grew up as a middle child, but with a genuine curiosity of really asking a lot of questions and knowing and never being okay with the status quo. So although much to my parents' dismay and often even my husband's like, stop asking so many questions, asking questions is good. I also don't have a lot of patience. So I like quick answers. I want to know what you do. I want to know who you are. I want to know what you need from me. I want to know what's really exciting about this or where should I go on my next vacation or what's a really good deal, but I want to know quick. And so by being able to articulate and go into, I studied journalism and I went into communications, and I'm passionate about employee communications, particularly in engaging with staff and coworkers. But I really feel that we need to be better at articulating what we do and why we do the things that we do, and also why we don't do what we don't do. So hence, starting this particular workshop and working with my husband, who's an entrepreneur, a small business entrepreneur in Milton, and his networking groups, and realizing that there's a lot of times you meet and you network with people, and you're trying to figure out if there's any opportunities, and it goes flat. Am I right? This could happen, and I thought, well, are you properly articulating what you do? And often it's, well, I think so. I can do anything. I'm a web guy. I'm a creative guy. I'm an advertising guy. But what do they want? What do they need from you? And that's often where we don't have time. Do you know the average? I had my husband Google this as we were driving up. What the average attention span is of a person?
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Anyone else? 12 seconds. It just drastically, a research just announced and just came out a couple months ago, it dropped from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. So in the matter of the minute and a half I've been speaking, I lost my husband about 6 times. Yeah. Probably. So then to compare that, what's the attention span of a goldfish? Anyone can guess?
20. I can't, because I Googled it. But
20? It's 8. We have the same attention span now of a goldfish. So when you think of when you're networking or you're doing any type of business and you're meeting with clients and you really need to sell what you're offering or find out what they need from you, you've got 8 seconds. And if there's any disconnect, glazed eyes, that's great, go on. I heard you guys talking a little bit as we were mingling the last half hour or so, and it was a lot of, hi, who are you, what do you do? Oh, I'm in real estate. It's not a bad answer, but it's very broad. What do you do in real estate? I'm a life coach. What does that mean? Okay, I think I'm gonna go off with what I think a life coach is, if it's not elaborated on. We're gonna get through this next hour with the intention of you either going big picture and really digging a little bit deep into why you do what you do and why you don't do what you don't do. What fills your cup? Why do you get up in the morning? What are you excited about? Okay? For me, here's one of my elevator pitches, because you can have many, and this is also something I'm going to share. But I'm Monika. I help people identify their purpose and share their offering with their customers to help them connect with the people that matter to them. That's a lot better than saying I'm a storyteller or I'm a communicator or I do workshops or I'm in business with my husband. There's a lot of examples or explanations or titles that I can give myself, but it's not clear, it's not understandable, it's not relatable. The trick to a great elevator pitch is to be able to then prompt further discovery, further questions. Well, tell me more about that. How do you connect your customers with the people that matter to them? Well, we go into really understanding what their purpose is and having them articulated, and I conduct workshops. And I help employees really dig a little bit deeper into discovering what their purpose is and being able to clearly articulate it. So that can further along the conversation. But the very first introductory, what do you do? Who are you? What do you do? Hey, I'm Monika, and I connect with customers for them to be able to find their purpose and to the people that matter to them. You can start practicing that, and it comes off the flow because you really genuinely, it is what you do. Sound good? Cool. Okay. So making connections and communicating clearly. What we're going to do is ask you to think beyond your role. Think beyond your title, a job description, something that you think it is that you do. I'm going to challenge the realtors in the room and say, you don't just sell homes. And you may already have thought this through as you know, you've developed, you know, recognize those personal skills of what it is that you're actually offering. But for everyone else in the room, think beyond your role. Communicate it clearly. Brief language, clear and concise language, in both speaking and writing. Don't use words that you would never use in regular speak. Don't think that you're going to all of a sudden, the corporate jargony work and words, let's not use those. Just be genuinely authentic, tell me what it is that you do, and then let's condense it. Share a point of view above the experience level and approach things with curiosity. Why do I do what I do? What is it? Are you really, what's the end result? Think beyond that role, go to the solutions focused, go at the end of the day, and at the end of this project or at the end of this relationship, what should each of us have accomplished and received? And that's where I want you guys to go. That will help you identify your purpose and be able to articulate it so that it inspires and it drives it connects with people. So they'll want to ask that next question. That's really interesting. Tell me more about that. So creating your voice, let's think about the what and the why. So the story is going to center on what you do and why you do it. We're going to build that story together using a series of 5 questions. So these questions were developed by, and I'm going to source him, Adam Leipzig. You can Google him on YouTube. He developed these 5 questions. I incorporate them into my talk because it's a great methodology on a way to be able to build out your story. So the best news is for this activity, you don't need to leave your seats. All you need is you all have your notebooks or your iPads or your technology to be able to jot down these 5 questions. Okay. So I'll ask these questions one at a time. I'm going to give you a moment to think about it, and then I'm going to count down to 5, and you're going to shout it all out together. Okay? These 5 questions, thinking about how we just prefaced it, is what's going to give you your start building your why. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. So the first question is the hardest one. It's actually the easiest one. Who are you? Don't think anything other than, well, I'm a middle child, I grew up in, no. Who are you? What's your name? This is what I need to know. What's your name? Who are you? What's your name? We good? So count it down together, shout it all out as loud as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jay. All right. I hope you all got your name right. So you're going to start off, when you meet with someone, hey, I'm Jeff, or Eric. Right, you got it. There you go. It's like, hey, Jeff, Eric, Charlene, welcome. That's the simplest question. Okay, next one. What do you do? So let's think about that one. I'm going to give you 20 seconds. It's a little bit more complex than the first one. What is it that you do? You could delve into a little bit with your title, your day-to-day work, your job. Another way of looking at this question could be if you were qualified to teach something, what would you teach? This could help you get that broader, bigger point of view. What do you do? What's your passion? What do you love doing? Good? Okay, shout it out. Count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Client experience.
Help our customers.
Help people to build their dreams so they can live extraordinary lives that are satisfying and significant.
All right, Eric, you're good. You're good. This is great. You're really thinking about it. What are you excited about? What are you passionate? What are you qualified to teach? Awesome. Ron, what did you say?
The client experience.
The client experience. Genevieve?
Help people buy and sell homes.
Help people buy and sell homes.
Would you like
Trish?
to read mine? Because it's
Oh.
verbatim.
Yeah. These two eyes over here.
That means that Robin is doing a great job.
Customer experience. She's thinking beyond the role. There's a task, but that is absolutely. Let's find out, and I'll challenge you. What about selling your clients their dream home do you love about? What is it? Is it the smile? Is it the husband carrying his new wife over the threshold? Let's go aspirational. Kautza, what would you say?
It's a little bit longer, I think, than anybody else. So what I said is I sell and distribute award-winning gourmet macarons from France in both sweet and savory flavors. Is that too long?
No, that's fantastic. Again, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Why are you passionate about it? Can you teach someone to do that? I'll ask you to just think about that.
Teach them to bring my macarons from France?
Hello, macarons. So we'll keep going, but I'm going to challenge you on that. Think beyond the role. Charlene, what did you say?
Helping people solve their pain points in telecommunications.
Okay, very good. Why is that? Are you passionate about that? Think again beyond the role, and that's what you do. Yep. Now let's think about why you do it. Next question: who do you do this for? Okay, so who you are, what you do. Now, who do you do this for? So this could be also a little bit more aspirational with who you do this for. It's who you currently work with, or who your current target audience is, if we're using. But it could also be a little bit more aspirational. Who needs your services? Who can receive the need that you're able to fulfill?
Oh, I was going the other side. I was like, yeah, we did. Yeah, like we do this for us because we love it, first of all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You went into the other side.
Right.
Yes, the non-selfish way.
Yeah. And that's a fair point. I work to get a job. I do this for me. I do this for my family. I do this. Right.
Love it.
That's great. When you think of who you do this for, it's not selfish.
Audience.
And I'll say, and I mentioned this earlier, that was my one elevator pitch. I'm going to have many depending on where I am and what I'm doing. So if you're thinking about, if you're on a date, there could be, who you are and what you do and who you do this for. It could be very much inverted. This is about me and what I want out of life. But when you're thinking of, from this perspective, let's think about it as, and wherever you want to go and take it is absolutely fine. What you're going to get the most value from, absolutely. But let's think about helping you create that elevator pitch to help you sell and to meet a need. Your audience, your customer. Who needs your service? Who needs the customer experience? Think about it that way. Okay. So we'll count down to 5, throw it out there, and we'll have time to flesh this out a little bit. But think about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who do you do this for?
Business owner or entrepreneur who wants to grow their business. Person who's retiring.
Okay, very good. You can have different audiences. I was a rule breaker when I first worked through this workshop with Adam Leipzig. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have my personal side, and I'm going to have my work hat on, and I could have my mom hat on, and then I could have my wife hat on. So there's a lot of things when you think, well, I do it all. I can do anything. Well, think about that. What is it that other person that you're talking to needs, and frame it on their need. What do you do for them? What do they need from you? Who do you do this for? Okay, good.
Sorry, can you
Okay.
just dip back to the wants and needs? Because there's
Sure.
I think there's so many different variations to my answer based on, it's like the people who need me or the people who want my expertise and my knowledge. You know what I mean?
So when you're thinking about the who and what you're doing it for, based on your passion, what do they need from you? let's go to this next question. I think you'll be able to dive a little bit deeper into it. So we did, who do you do this for? What do these people need from you? What do they need from you? What do they need from you? The thing that you are passionate about, that you do for these people, what is it they're looking for from you? So this is where your who, your what, and your why can change based on what role you're playing at the time. A manager who's leading a team will have a different offering and communicate their brand differently to their clients, meaning their teams, versus an external audience. So what do they need from you? Good? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Leadership, trust, and personal investment.
Okay, good. So you went technical, you were like, this is what they need. They need help navigating through this complex system. They need help either being able to sort out the clutter in their life. They need really good French culture. And really being able to experience France, maybe they've never been to Europe before. Yeah, you know, like there's a need there. Think beyond the role. Think, well, they need a sugar fix. They want cookies, or they just need a home. They don't just need a home. They need help navigating through the system, and that's what realtors can offer. Charlene, telecommunications. I mean, what do they need from you? They need a great deal service expertise, which I think you've all touched on, but an ability to communicate seamlessly with technology that's efficient. And ever evolving. Yeah. Cool. Make sense? Okay. Last question. Think about, how did they change as a result of what you offered? That's the last question.
People change?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They, meaning your customers, the people that you were servicing that benefited from the work that you did. Think about your audience. I mean, sometimes you'll have time for the whole story. Other times it'll be when you're developing your elevator pitch. Other times it's got to be quick to get more customers, to increase their profit line, to how did they change as a result of this? They found their dream home and they never moved again. I mean, Jen and I, in 13 years. Not yet. We'll see. But how did they change as a result of your service? By incorporating the end result in your elevator pitch is key, in my opinion, because it really creates that crux. It really creates that hook that you're, well, I want that end result, and you're telling me you can do that. So think about what these people want from you and how they changed as a result of what you did. I'm going to give an example. This one here, and I'm going to quote it. I didn't have his name. It was a gentleman, and he was asked what his elevator pitch, and he said, or he was asked what he did. I mean, we don't use the word elevator pitch in regular conversation, but what is it that you do? And he said, I help kids have awesome dreams. Wow, okay, that's 5 words, maybe more than that. Okay, quick math, not my thing. Quick, concise, hooky. How do you make kids? The next question is, how do you make kids? Tell me more. How do you make kids help kids have awesome dreams? It turns out that he's really passionate about writing bedtime stories to children with anxiety who have nightmares. So his specialty is writing children's bedtime stories, and he focuses on helping them with their anxiety to not have nightmares. So what he does he's not a children's bedtime story writer. Oh, that's nice. Okay, next. Right? What do you do? Oh, I'm a children's bedtime. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's great. But what is it that you actually accomplish? What do you do? How do people change as a result of what you do? I help children have better dreams, sleep well at night. That, to me, is a really clear, passionate, exciting way to explain to people what you do and why you do it.
Unforgettable too, right?
Yeah.
You're never gonna forget who that guy is. Call their own name.
Yeah, like, I want to do that. So what do I do? Ooh, and then you're like, ooh, what do I do? What is it that I can help? I help people get into their dream homes. I help people change their life, make better decisions that benefit them. We can get deeper into that, but I introduced the French culture to Canadians.
I was just thinking, I help people experience French culture through French treats.
Yeah. Then your level of expertise is specifically with macarons, sweet and savory, but that can come later. It's like I bring French culture.
Yeah, I'm expanding also to other, like Madeleine and Financier and Cannery de Bordeaux. Yeah, so I'm introducing other treats.
Okay.
So I can even widen it a bit. But the star product will continue to be the macaron. I'm opening to other. Yeah.
My question is, did you bring a macaron?
Yeah.
There's always a love for macarons.
I love macaroons so much.
It's never too early.
Okay. So as we're going to frame up our 5 questions, and this will change, but as you kind of really tweak it in, and for those of you that have really long sentences, shorten them down. You're going to have to really get clear on that. But think about what other information you should be including in your elevator pitch. The importance of why we know that we all have 2 parts of the brain, where one part of the brain could be more dominant than the other. Yes, we've heard this? The left brain and the right brain. What's the left brain? Oh, you guys have the answers there. I didn't hide those. Processes supporting data and facts. So those that are more left brain dominated will really want the logic, the objectivity, and the analytical data. So what is it that you're doing for me? What is it that I need from you that you can do for me? And make sure that you're including those data, logical nuggets, analyticals. Be very clear, specific, could be technical depending on what you're doing. It could be about finances, it could be about data, it could be about a measurement that drastically improves people's lives by X%. See how you can incorporate that logic, the analytical, and the objectivity in your elevator pitch. Okay. The right brain then processes insightfulness, passion, and interest. This is our aspirational part of it. We're intuitive with the right brain. They're thoughtful, they're very subjective. You can be very high level and visionary, think bigger, Jane's Lake. It's absolutely incorporating that vision. That right brain's creative. This is wow, okay, I can drink this Kool-Aid. This is that you're gonna do that for me. I need that, and I want to do that. But it's important to add both because we use both parts of our brain.
Why do we need to incorporate the left and right side of the brain? Why do we need to incorporate both?
Right, okay, good question. So if you're coming to me and you're saying, hey, I'm a life coach and I help you think bigger, I'll be like, that's nice, but I'm not gonna spend my money on that. That's not. I'm a logical person. I need to know how that's gonna help me help me improve my life. Because there's a fee, right? You're selling a service. Right? Everything that you do, you're selling a service. Let's take the realtors. Hi, I help people find their dream home. Well, that's nice, but why should I go with you versus the other realtor down the street? Because they're offering 0% commission, and I don't know what yours is, but it's a lot higher and you're gonna cost me more. So there needs to be that logic in your end result of what you're offering that can speak to why you're doing what you do and what will change as a result of your relationship with that individual. There needs to be both that I can get you into a dream home, save you money, get great. The logic doesn't have to be analytical. The logic could be you're in front of a park and you have young kids. This is an great schools. There are elements in there that you can actually use that from a logical left brain dominant person will say, yeah, that's a better deal, whatever it is. That's okay, I'm intrigued. I'm going to find out more. I work with engineers. I'm in the medical device industry, but I'm very right-sided. I'm very, guys, and more engaged workforce is a happier one. right? We spend 8-10 hours a day together in this building. We want to make sure that our employees, and I'm speaking to the senior leaders who are all engineers, we want to invest in a healthy and fun work environment to offset, the time that our employees are spent here. And they're like, I'm not spending money on a foosball machine or free picnic lunches where that's taken away from my bottom line. I got to minimize my operating expenses to increase my profit. But if I go in there and I'm like, okay, here's what I propose. We're gonna install a foosball machine, a shuffleboard, do 3 p.m. popcorn for our employees. They'll be more productive. They're actually getting them out of their desks for 10 minutes, but then they'll be re-energized and able to work an extra hour or have a more productive, quality-driven hour so that they can perform at their best. There's a lot more meat and influence for using the logic and the analytical element to that statement. Okay, so how you're going to weave this together is pick a partner, and I think we're even. So pick a partner that you're comfortable with. It could be someone you know or someone you don't know because you can be a little bit more objective. Share your newly created statement. We'll take the next 10 minutes or so to kind of flesh out and frame out your 5 questions and your 5 answers to see how you can make 1 or 2 statements, 1 or 2 sentences. Okay? Tell your story by providing the answers to the 5. Who am I? Hey, I'm Eric. What do you do? I help people realize, think bigger. Right? Who do I do this for? So then the 4th question, what do these people need from me and how do they change as a result? Use those 5 questions that we went through, take 10 minutes, and then pair up so that you can help feed each other off. And if you're worried about who's going to go first, let's not spend 2 minutes to argue about who's going to go first. Whoever has the largest hand gets to go first. Okay? That's the rule. So what you're going to do is you're going to now, your question is like, is that very clear? Do I really understand what she does? Do I want to know more? And if you don't, challenge her back.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, okay. Not really.
All right, so welcome back. So now that you have your story woven together, here's your call to action. Continuously think, because your elevator pitch can evolve. We've talked about this with different audiences and different business groups. Sometimes it's not me as a representative of an entire organization, it's me as an individual. What is your purpose? And know it, communicate it clearly, and now weave it together and practice it. Create a video, why I do and what I do, what I do. Why I do what I do. Why I do what I do. Hashtag why I do what I do. Sound good? Okay, so I'm still here, happy to sit down with you individually to make sure that you have your perfect elevator pitch. Practice it. It should come out off the top of your tongue. I've done this now a couple of months, and I never say I'm an internal communications professional. I'll say I share relevant employee and business news to keep individuals connected with the company. That's it for me. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this session. And again, I'm here so that we can talk through it together. Good.
Bonjour, my name is Katsi, and I help businesses increase their bottom line and stand out by offering a unique French culinary experience to their clients.
Hi, I'm Genevieve. I sell real estate. I'm super passionate about helping people and navigating people through the entire process. I have the experience and knowledge, and I love sharing that with people to help them make the most educated decisions when buying and selling real estate.
Hi, I'm Trish. I work with the largest and most successful real estate team in Milton. I guide people like you through the entire process to make educated decisions and find your dream home.
Hi, my name is Eric, and I'm a transformational life coach, and I help people go from a good life to a great life in 12 weeks.
Hi, I'm Charlene. I'm an expert in the telecommunication industry. I help all kinds of companies find their telecommunication solutions, and I even save them money.